Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? So what I have for repair today is a Samsung Galaxy I believe this is a A54. And what's wrong with it is the connector. So we're going to be replacing the connector. So let me get you guys underneath the microscope so you guys can see that. So let's focus this because it's really... Let me show you guys the connector that we're going to be replacing. So here's the connector, and you can see that most of the pins are already gone. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some flux down and we're going to just remove the rest of this. You can use an iron to remove it. I prefer to use this method if I can find the nozzle. Yep. Okay. All right, and I'm going to be using 355 with maybe air of, let's do 60. Okay, and there we go. We cleaned it up. Let's get a Q-tip here. And it's all pretty much nice and flat. That's what you want to start off with, a nice flat surface like that, okay? And then what I'm going to do now is I have some low melt solder, which that's what I'm going to come in with now, is my low melt. And then with my iron, I'm just going to spread this all out. Now, if you run into a problem when you're soldering this with these ones, the main pads, the anchor, the ground pads, then my suggestion would be to save those for last. I've done that before where I worked on all the other pads and then came back to those ones because I didn't want to have to deal with, when I go to put the connector down, any issues. And just like that, and we will clean up. Hopefully I didn't knock all of these off. I don't think there was anything there. We can go back and watch, but they all look pretty flat, so I don't think there was anything there. Have to make sure that there's nothing in the way of the connector, so when I put the connector down, there's nothing getting in the way of it. Okay, and that looks pretty good. So that's how you remove the connector and you kind of clean up the area and prepare it for the new connector. So I did get the new connectors in, and we're gonna go ahead and install the connector. So this is where it gets real tricky, and I would suggest that, you know, if you're going to work on these, buy a couple of these connectors, not just one. I usually buy like 6 at a time because you end up blowing one away or something like that happens. At least you know that you have more to go back and, you know, make sure you get it right. You buy one and something goes wrong, that's it. Now you gotta wait again to get some more in stock, right? So just gonna kind of dry fit it, see how it lines up. Okay, like that. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of melt these a little bit, get them nice and shiny, and then I'm gonna put the connector down. And the reason for that is because it's not gonna take a lot more. Yeah, you're not gonna need a lot more heat in order to get this thing in place properly. And just like that, and now we will come back in and I will try to press it down. Keeps on moving like that. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna up the airflow. And for me, that really helps the connector sit in place for me. Okay, I don't know for anybody else, but up in the airflow like that really does. Okay, and those look good. Those look pretty good. Nope. So you see how it's, we got to push it, shift it over a little bit. That's why it's good if you can get it at an angle where you can see the pins. Okay, there we go. Much better. And that looks pretty good to me. Yep. So now we can kind of, oh, you guys didn't even see that. So we did go ahead and put the new connector down. Sorry, I wasn't recording all of that, so you guys didn't get to see that. Now I'm just cleaning up the area. And then we still have to test it just to make sure. These two are kind of touching, but it's okay because they're all on this trace right here, all on this pad. So that's good. That's okay. It's not good, but it's okay. Not gonna really affect anything. Let's cool this board down. And I could simply just use a multimeter and test the pins to make sure that I'm getting a reading from them. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply plug the screen connector in. Some of the old connector was still in there. And then we'll turn it on and see what happens here if it's charged. So it is charged. It is charged, so we're just going to check to make sure that we have touch. I don't know if the customer's pictures on here or anything like that. So let me just double check that. If there's no picture on here, then I can show you guys. Yeah, so we do have some sort of picture on here, but just so you guys can see that it is working, touch is working. Okay, so you guys can see that it's working. Okay. All right, so that's it, guys. That's, I'm sorry I didn't get to record the part where I was actually putting the connector back on so you guys could see that, but that's what it takes to replace one of these connectors. Just make sure that you get some low melt solder. That's very, very important, guys. Low melt solder. Because for a while I struggled with it, and I didn't understand why, and it's because I was using a higher melting temperature solder, which eventually you end up burning the actual connector plastic because you're using, you need more heat in order to melt the solder. So lower melting temperature solder, and you should be good. So thank you guys for watching. Next video. Peace.